I realized, it took me several years, I realized that, the way to make the most money in selling final expense is not necessarily increasing your closing ratio 10% or up 10%, meaning from 20% to 30%. That does work. Or, to go from 50% appointment set to 65% appointment set per how many leads you get as a ratio. That definitely works too. It all contributes. But eventually what you realize, and this is true in baseball, this is true in sports, that you're in this, the longer you're in this business, or the longer you play a sport, you're going to have numbers, okay? And yes, you definitely want to work on improving those numbers over time. But the amazing thing about final expense is because it's a simple sales process, because it's a one-call close, because it's straightforward, it's really easy to scale this business up, to go from 10 appointments a week to 30 or even 40. I know guys that are doing that on a weekly basis. Yeah, it's a grind. Yeah, it's a hustle. Yeah, you got to work. But the thing is that guy that's doing 30 or 40 appointments a week is making 3 to 4 times as much as a guy that's doing 10. But he's not doing that much different as opposed to the selling, as opposed to the leads that he's using. It's not this some big, elaborate, different business. It's just a scaling up of the business, going from 20 leads a week to 60 to 80, even more, in order to support that. Now, you may need to hire an appointment setter, do some things. But my point is I think early on, I had these aspirations, and I still do, and I still have over time. It just didn't dawn on me I could just buy more leads. Possibly because it's scary making a big investment like that. But I would say to the new guy that's getting started that the exciting part of this business is if you want to make more than what you're making at once you get into 10, 15 appointments a week, you can. You can scale up higher. You can do triple the amount of work, I promise you. I'm not going to say it's easy. I'm not going to say you're going to have weekends off or have 4-day work weeks. You're going to work a lot more. But if your motivation is to make a large income, that you can do that in final expense to a much larger degree. And all you really have to do is keep your numbers the same and double, triple your work effort to double to triple your income. And that's separate from your improving your closing ratios and whatnot. But it's in some sense, it's a more realistic to just do more than it is to entirely change everything. Because sometimes you'll do everything to change your metrics and improve, and you'll arrive at kind of a median point. And it's more realistic to do 2 to 3 times the amount of work than go from a 25% closing ratio to a 40% closing ratio. So that's why I mentioned that. Okay.